Everybody, Chris with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal in Palm Beach County, Florida. We are going to head to a storage unit right now to pick up 2 cabinets. I quoted 3 yards for it. And then we're going to be going to a repeat client in the northern part of our county. He was having a custom house built and has been staying at a rental in the meantime. So we're going to be going there to pick up a single trash can full of, I think, rotten food. And then we're going to be headed to the new house to pick up a bunch of trash bags. It looks like in the photo, probably about half a truck, maybe 3/4, but we'll see for sure when we get there. Now, as you can see from the thumbnail, we have a problem with code enforcement in one of our trailers. So we're going to talk a little bit about that after. So the problem with the code enforcement with the trailers is my 12-foot single axle aluminum build that I had in the beginning of the channel. I have been keeping it at a family member's house. Same house I grew up in. It is a non-HOA community. Now, it's been there for 3 years. No problems. The entire neighborhood, me and Tanya drove up and down every single street one day after we got that letter and counted 27 trailers. Whether they were a utility trailer, a boat trailer, a car trailer, enclosed trailer, dump trailer, they were trailers. And they were out in front. We also counted 11 boats that were not tucked away behind the fence. Now, we called the office of code enforcement and said, hey, super curious about the situation. What's going on with this code enforcement thing? Because this is a non-HOA community and pretty common for this neighborhood to have stuff like this. And they said, well, somebody complained about one of the trailers across the street. Now, keep in mind, this trailer, the tires, all of them are dry rotted because it hasn't moved in like 5 years. It is completely overgrown with weeds and grass, and it is filled with wood and just straight trash. Like people just dump trash there because one day they were going to take it out and never did. And the tires have dry rotted since. The whole thing looks like it's about to fall apart. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's very unsightly to the public eye driving by, but everybody else's stuff isn't. So what's the deal here? The problem is that they can't address one without addressing them all. Now, they gave us a couple of options that would make it fine. The problem is those options aren't going to work for us. One of them is to have a truck attached to it at all times, so they know, okay, this actually does move. Well, I don't live there anymore, so I can't leave my truck there. I need my truck here. So that doesn't work. The second option was to have it at least 25 feet away from the curb. It doesn't fit in either side yard, and I can't go back any farther. So that's not an option. And then I don't remember the third thing because it just didn't apply to us. But overall, the fact is we need to get rid of it. And I don't have any other family members' houses to bring it to. I'm not going to pay $100+ a month for storage, especially for a trailer we don't use very often. Now, I was already planning on reselling this anyways. I've just been putting it off for a long time. But now we have a little bit of a reason to get it going. So I bought a heat gun. My brother told me what to do because he does vinyl wrap for his cars. And we are going to strip off the wrap this weekend, unless we get really busy all of a sudden, which I wouldn't be upset about because it's been slow as fuck. And then we are going to pressure clean the inside wood boards to kind of spruce them up a little bit. I'm going to take off all the hardware I installed over time, and We're basically gonna just maybe do some touch-ups with the metal parts of the truck, with the metal parts of the trailer, with the Rust-Oleum black spray paint, just to clean it up a little. I did it before a while back. So that's kind of the game plan. Now, I'm hoping, I've never sold a trailer before, like on Facebook. I don't know how quickly they sell. I know people buy them used and flip them. I'm kind of hoping, because it has a custom aluminum build, so it's lightweight, it's nice to look at, and it's kind of hard to come across. I'm hoping it'll drive the value up a little and also help get it out the door kind of quicker. That kind of leads us into the next thing. So I was gonna sell that and then go get a dump trailer to replace it, so we could run the dump trailer and we could run our wood build. And now I don't have a second place to store a trailer. So now that leads us to, do we keep what we have, or do we sell this trailer too and go get a dump trailer? Now, if you've watched me for a while, you know I'm not a fan of dump trailers, and I have two reasons for that. One of them has been solved, which is the fact that the truck we previously had a max tow rate of like 9,600 pounds. This truck is much more powerful, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. The second thing is the fact that you have to hand load everything. Yes, I can push a button and it can go, whoa, but you have to hand load everything. And I helped someone on a job once, and they had a dump trailer, and I thought it fucking sucked. Why? Because it eliminated so much efficiency with just bringing a dolly right up onto the ramp, dropping it and going back. Now I had to stop, tilt it in, push it, stand up, and push it to the back. I thought it was stupid. It wasted so much time and energy that the fact that you could just push it to drop it off, it just, if anything, it was maybe like, it maybe broke even. But honestly, even then, it kind of didn't, because it takes a lot more energy to stop and push something in, get up and redo it again, versus me just having a heavy item on a hand truck and rolling it right up my ramp, dropping it in place, and then going back off again. So it's just me. It's just me. So many people have told me I'm wrong, as if I didn't fucking do it myself. But, you know, it is what it is. So my solution to that was, okay, let's try to find a way to create ramps for it. So I Googled for months, custom ramps for dump trailers, because I can't be the only person with that like thought process. And I must be, because I couldn't find anything. It was crazy. So I had an idea. Some of those trailers come with the little ramps that slide into the pockets, right? They're meant for putting like an ATV in or lawn equipment or something. They're about 12 inches wide, and they put you at a pretty good angle to where like you're not too steep, you're not too, you know, long, so it's kind of annoying. And it's not too much higher than a 15-foot U-Haul would be. So I had an idea, and I ran it by my brother, who has a fabrication shop. He's the one that did the custom aluminum build for the trailer. And he said, yeah, I could probably do that. If I got a steel plate cut out and installed on the top of the pull-out ramps, I found a way to latch them together so they stuck together, and then we just cut out inserts at the end of the trailer so we can pop them in place. I could essentially create a U-Haul ramp to get everything up onto the trailer, and then when I'm done with it, I can unlatch it and put them back in their slots versus trying to find a way to store them on the sides. So if I can get that done, that solves both problems. And then we can get probably a 7x14-foot trailer and with 4-foot sides, and I will get that bad boy wrapped white, just like my other trailer, which you don't often see. I've never seen a white dump trailer. So we're going to get that wrapped white, same exact way as the other one, and, you know, we'll make that work.